Hi, I'm Chris Brown with Beeline Property Management. Today I'm going to be talking about rental repair and rehabbing. What I'd like to touch on is some of the key items that can help to really get a home ready for the market that are both affordable for the owner but will make a big difference in finding a tenant down the road. Starting with the paint and the flooring, which is probably the largest single item that you can do up front to really make a large difference. As far as cost, it's minimal as compared to additions or things of that nature or major repair. And paint, flooring go a long way. There's a tremendous amount of competition in the Inland Empire where all our homes are. And if a home doesn't look new or like new in both the paint and in the flooring, it's going to detract and it's going to send the tenant to another place where there's just simply too many options for them to choose. So by all means, you want to either have the home newly painted, or if it's not too old to paint, but it has a few nicks and marks, you want to touch it up and make sure that there's nothing showing whatsoever so that it looks brand new. This is not only going to make it look better when people or potential tenants are looking at it, but also at the move out time down the road, it's going to make the job of determining tenant security charges much easier, as opposed to having a few nicks here and there where a year, 2 years down the road, now we're trying to figure out what did they make versus what did they inherit. So it's better just to start with a clean canvas that makes everyone's job easier up front to place the tenant and then easier to determine the damages at the end. Another common item that we get that some of our owners are very aware of and others would prefer to not spend the money, but it's going to go a long way in getting your home rented out, and that's window coverings. No one really wants to move into a home that doesn't provide them privacy. And as far as the window coverings are concerned, these windows are all different sizes and they're going to need some sort of customization. If it's going to be curtains, that's fine, realizing that curtains can easily damage, need to be cleaned periodically, but you need to have something on there. A tenant is not going to install blinds that they're not going to be able to take with them when they leave. And they're not going to really want to put up curtains because then they're usually responsible for the holes that were put into the walls in order to accommodate the brackets and the rods to put the curtains up. So having blinds put in is going to go a long way. They don't need to be expensive. You don't need plantation shutters. You don't even need the faux wood blinds. You can put in the vinyl, you can put in the metal. Just keep in mind, the cheaper the item, the shorter the shelf life is going to be, and the less that you're going to be able to hold the tenant responsible down the road when things break due to normal wear and tear. Another big common one is grass. It's not uncommon now to buy a home that's either a short sale or a bank-owned sale where the grass has been let go. The sod is very expensive and it doesn't give you any better result than putting grass seed in topsoil, with the exception of having an immediate lawn versus having to wait for it to grow in. Cost-wise, you're going to save a lot of money putting the seed down in topsoil and allowing it to grow in than you will in putting sod. With water being as expensive as it is, it's not uncommon for tenants to allow these things to go. As a property management company, we're always looking to try to police that the best that we can, but it's going to be much more disheartening to put in expensive sod and see it get burned and allowed to be damaged by a tenant versus saving the cost and putting the seed in topsoil and just redoing it down the road if it's necessary. Another one, and the final one I'll cover on in this area, is backyards, whether they're finished or not finished. And a lot of these newer homes, when the builders build them, they come with unfinished yards. I see a lot of these homes where they've never had the backyard put in, and now an investor comes in, they're buying the home, and they really don't want to put the money into the backyard. This is something that you really want to do. It's not that it's not an option, but it's a cost-wise and as far as attracting a tenant, going to go a long way for you for several reasons. Number one, people that rent, they want a finished product. They don't want something that's half-baked or that they're going to be paying rent for and not get the full use of. Even putting in a little concrete or just putting in grass or whatever is going to be the most cost-effective is much better than having nothing. Not only does it make it more attractive, it's going to get a tenant longer, it's going to tend to keep them more, it's going to bring you a better rent because someone, if they're going to take it, is not going to want to pay full price. And more important, even for your home, is the damage that comes as a result of having an unfinished backyard. The kids are going to go out, they're going to come back in with their shoes, they're going to bring soil in that's going to either scratch the hard floorings, or it's going to mat into the carpet, and it's going to make the wear and tear on the home go much quicker, and it's going to be an ongoing battle that the money up front to put in the backyard is money well spent. So that's all I have on this topic, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us.